Hey guys, welcome back to another Battlebit video. Today I'll be going over some sniper tips for long-range engagements, specifically about 1,000 meters or more. So for tip number one, use your binoculars as your primary gadget. Reason being, no matter what scope you end up using, whether medium range or long range scopes for the super long engagements, using your binoculars allows you to pretty much effectively scan for enemies without giving up your position whatsoever if you are using long range scope. And it also offers a better magnification than a medium range scope, so you'll be able to spot enemies easier at a distance. So it doesn't matter which scope you go with, I would always suggest using binoculars because it will help you out at the end of the day. So the next tip I have is avoid using long range scopes. I'm pretty sure everybody already knows why you shouldn't be using long range scopes in the first place. It's mainly due to the glints. Now, when you're getting to pretty extreme distances, I would say 15, 16, 17 or higher meters, that might not matter so much because at that, if you're battling people at those ranges, you pretty much always know where each other is at, regardless of whether or not they have the points or not. So I guess that will be the only exception to that tip. And the only time you use a long range scope is if you're engaging really long distances and it's harder for you to hit those quick shots on a medium range scopes, because at those distances, the player model is really small. So I understand if you do want to switch to long range scopes for super long engagements, but if you're able to get away with using a medium range scope still, I would highly suggest it. Now for tip number three, if you do find yourself engaged in a sniper battle or a sniper duel at these really long distances, this goes without saying, this is just for any sniping situation period, is always be moving and never stay at the same spot or peek the same angle twice, because that will just increase the likelihood of you just dying the next time you peek. Alright, so tip number four is make your shots count. Now this is what I see a lot of people struggling with, especially like the people who are sniping near me sometimes when I'm sniping in games. Is they would constantly be setting rounds down range, like shot after shot after shot. And if you're doing that, more likely than not, after your third or fourth shot, they will figure out where you're at, regardless of whether you have a glint or not, regardless of whatever setup you're running, they will figure out where you're at. There have been countless times where people have been shooting at me, and I don't know where they're shooting from the first shot, but they just keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and they keep missing. And eventually, I just figure out where they're at. So that you definitely don't want to do that. If you take your first shot and you miss, I would definitely say give it a couple seconds, wait it out, let them get comfortable, and then take the next shot. Because if you just spam shots down range, you just make yourself easier to target. And the last tip I have is knowing when to call it. At the end of the day, if you're engaging in long distance sniping, 1,000 meters plus, and you don't really have a lot of kill opportunities there, like you're not spotting a lot of people, there's no snipers for you to counter snipe, you're practically just sitting there being useless. So I would definitely change your game plan, maybe just give up the long range sniping for that game, try to move in closer, get different angles, go back to regular sniping, and be useful to the team really. Because I don't think anybody wants to be that useless sniper that sits in the back and does absolutely nothing. Now, obviously, if you're doing long-range sniping and you're managing to handle one or two or three or multiple of their snipers at once, then I would say it's definitely worth it, because there's one of you and you're drawing attention of 3 or 4 other people on the other team. That is still helping your team in a sense. So knowing when to call is pretty important. Definitely don't just sit up there if nothing's happening and you just waiting for something to happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are pretty much the tips that I have for long range sniping specifically. Like, once again, all of this doesn't apply to sniping period. I think most of it does, but I will have a separate video and start talking about more closer range sniping or medium range sniping. I would say under 600 meters sniping. Now that one is a little different. It's not the same as sniping long range, where a lot of times you're posted up, you need to go prone, get those clean shots out. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for today, guys. That's all I have for you. And if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more stuff like this, I would really appreciate it if you smash the like button and hit subscribe to stay updated for future videos. But other than that, I will catch you guys later.